Locomotive Ganhi, Sergeant at Arms and Deputy Trainer of Rotary Club Cotonou Locomotive Ganhi, Chairman Training Committee, Member and Sergeant at Arms of National Training Committee, Rotary Benin, Bilingual Secretary of the National Polio Plus Committee of Benin, Member of National Membership of Benin, Chairman District 9102 Youth Service Committee 2122, Vice President since November 2021, Steering Committee of World District Interact Chair of on Elevate Rotary to the District 9101 Governor 2022-23, and the Chairman of the Rotary Foundation Committee 2021-22 of Rotary Club Cotonou Locomotive Ganhi. Fellow Rotarians and guests, your speaker. CP Adonis TELLA-DELIS, your audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the honor. Thank you for honoring my person and my club and country and our district as well for inviting me to a massive joint meeting. And I thank you for the leadership of the club presidents, I think with CP, Susie, and all the presidents who came together to honor our friendship by way of having this meeting. And of course, the topic is quite interesting, but at the same time, simple and also complex, all in one. Serving to change lives through Imagine Rotary, leading effective transition. I begin with, one key element, which is the fact that Rotary has, over the years, embraced the tradition of teams for every year being marked by a team, a major topic that will be guiding the actions presented by the President-elect of Rotary International during the International Assembly of Governors-elect every January, February, in San Diego or Orlando, depending on which year it has been. And we can see that Rotary over the years has built that tradition, but has not fundamentally changed the object of Rotary, has not changed the vision of Rotary, has not changed the four-way test, has not changed all the principles of Rotary. But leadership has one key ingredient, which is inspiring and pushing people to action. And when we want to push people to action, we make sure that we have a certain barometer, a roadmap that we set up based on the vision. We look at the fact that the vision of Rotary is today based on the action plan of Rotary International for 2019-2024, a set of 4 pillars, increasing our impact, extending our reach, increasing engaging or increasing participant engagement, and of course, adapting to new ways of doing things, which is increasing our ability to adapt. And all these are part of the vision of Rotary, which is the motto is serving above self, serving above self. And Rotary International has the mandate to organize zones, districts, and clubs towards making impact. We believe that Rotary International is the umbrella under which all of us find ourselves in order to promote the object of Rotary, the avenues of service, and of course, focusing on the 7 focus areas. Now, why do we believe in leading effective transition? Because the key level of resources and wealth that we move from year to year is what takes place within the transition. Doing well as a president is not as good as being an IPP that has the mandate to support his successor, making sure that the success increases year after year. I always said, 5 years ago when I was taking the leadership of my club as chapter president, that I expected to be the least performing president in the history of my club, because every other president will need to be more performing into the future. And what I've done personally has been looking at the fact that I have not been able to achieve all. But then does it mean that it's about me? No, I have to make sure that we move from what is called charismatic leadership to institutional leadership, where we look at the fact that organization transition from one year to the other and building adding value to themselves. Look at the fact that we begin 2011, 2012 with PDG Salifu, and it was about engaging Rotary and which we need to embrace humanity. Look at 2012, 2013, PDG Diop. We had the last governor of the 9100. We had peace through service. When you look at the fact that you get to 2013, 2014 with governor number one, the first governor of this 9102, PDG Wang, was engaged Rotary changing lives. 2014, 2015 with PDG Maurice Edor, we had Light Up Rotary. 2015, 2016 we had with PDG Dorothée, we had Be a Gift to the World. 2016, 2017 with my governor, the one who gave the charter to my club, PDG Sam rented to, we had Rotary Serving Humanity. 2017, 2018 with my governor, the one I served the food serve with, PDG Aritubo, we had the Rotary making a difference. 2018, 2019, our incoming district trainer, PDG Jeff, we had Be the Inspiration. 2019, 2020, where I look at the fact that that was a term by late PDG Richard Koto, with President Mark Maloney, who had a prophetic team because it was about Rotary connecting the world. We had a pandemic and we connected the world indeed. 2020, 2021 with our immediate past district governor, PDG Yvonne, and of course, President Oganak, we had Rotary open opportunities, and we believe that opportunities are bounded. This year we have 2021, 2022 with DG, Refugee Makonom, and President Sheikh Amecha serving to change lives. And then we move into 2022, 2023 with DG Victor Asante Yawasante and President-elect of Rotary International, Jennifer Jones, that tell us about Imagine Rotary. What a beautiful team, looking at the fact that we are going to transition from serving to change life into Imagine Rotary with a key element, which is there's no limit to what we can. We have to be fearless in our imagination, like our DG and our President-elect of Rotary International says. But what are the key components in the effective transition? The key component is, first of all, a leadership plan. A club does not work well if it doesn't have a leadership plan. A leadership plan is between the current president, the president-elect, and the president nominee that you're looking at in perspective. At the same time, in retrospective, you have the current president, the immediate past president, and the president before, or the immediate past president, the current president, and the president-elect. What it means is that you need to have things that you build momentum for the next 3 years to be able to be effective. And you move now to what we call the strategic plan. The strategic plan is a 5-year term, 5-year plan that inputs all that our priorities are for the next 5 years, and tell us that for foundation, for membership, for public image, for governance, and of course for service and general perspectives, we have our key focus areas, and we build things that are sustainable. We look at the Rotary Foundation when you want to raise money for a major project. What happens to you? Make sure that you apply for the Rotary Foundation grant. But if before that you have not made the preparation that is required, that is making your club a major contributor to the Rotary Foundation, you'll be found wanting there. If you want to build a strong membership, you need to make sure that you have a good recruitment strategy, that everybody that falls into the object of your club, as far as the perspective for the next 5 years, in terms of what your club look like, is going to be making sure that Rotary in your club, as far as your club is concerned, has a key focus on the kind of classification you are recruiting, the kind of age brackets you are recruiting, the kind of gender you are recruiting, so that you have an envisioning power and implementation momentum for achieving the purpose of your club. Which means that it's not about me, it's not about the president's year. And we have the tendency to say during my year, during his term, but actually it is a major expression that may lead to some selfish approach to Rotary. Rotary is not about me being president, me being so and so. It's about the club putting us together, as an entity that we form part of, and designating every 12 months one new person to lead the club further into its mission. It means that it cannot be done in oblivion of the facts that he has predecessors and successors. Even for me as a charter president, who technically doesn't have a predecessor, I believe that at least from the vision of President John Jem and PDG sovereignty to, I would take some key elements, move to President Ryan Risley and PDG Aritubo, and so on and so forth. And we believe that we have been making a difference. We have been inspiring, we have been in inspiration. We have connected the world. We have opened opportunities. We keep serving to change lives. And we will continue imagining. And what it means is that you should not have an approach that takes you away from the fact that it's a major concern and it has to be based on the 4-way test. Another aspect of preparation and understanding of how we transition effectively is to have the capacity of determining how you increase your impact in a community. How relevant is your club? So you need to make sure that you have a continuous assessment of your progress. And therefore, that's related to our capacity to adapt. You also need to look at the new models of club that we are going to be that have been designed. The new model means type of member that we have in our club to achieve our vision. We need to be determined in our membership strategy and recruitment strategy and a training strategy. Because for us to have an effective avenue of service that has to do with club service, it's about building people to be representing what the club aspires for. And you need to bring under the avenue of service, the first avenue of service being international club service that deals with administration, membership, motivation, so that we have a strong unit inside the club that people can sustain themselves. Second avenue of service is community service. Community service, because we believe that it is through service that we are able to impact our communities. Remember the action plan, Rotary International, the vision of Rotary International 2019-2024 says, together we come together to see a world where people take action. People take action, impacting communities and impacting the world and changing themselves as well. It means that for us to reach that impact, we need to make sure that we have indeed a certain focus on vocation, community service. Then we have international service. This has to do with our role in one of our major area of focus, which is peace, promoting peace and good international goodwill. We need to understand that now we think global and act local. We have people who connect to many people in our environment, and we are able to lead effectively people to impact through international networking. We have people who currently have been attending the International Convention in Houston. Some will be attending Melbourne and so on and so forth. We have had a district conference for the first time in 3 years in Cotonou, and we believe that next year, that was this year under DG Rufin, and next year under DG Victor, we believe there's going to be a massive success, to make sure that we gather all the 4 countries of Rotary, District 91, together. And let me tell you something. We have the Zone Institute in 2022, September 5th to 10th, 2022. That is the aggregation of all districts in Zone 22 Africa. So it's a mini convention for all the Rotarians on the African soil. And then the other aspect is vocational service. We use our profession to increase our impact. We value the role of every profession towards Rotary, making it as a major force to reckon with in terms of changing and strategically designing a new community impact model, community impact model. And then we have also the avenue of service that has to do with youth service. The youth service, because we believe that the youth are the catalyst for the growth of the future. That catalyst for the growth of future is based on the fact that we value the professions of the young leaders. We value people who are engaging Rotary for the first time, designing new model of club, new meeting times, and so on and so forth. So I think I will believe I've not left any avenue of service out. There are 5 avenues of service. You may call my attention if you have forgotten them in the Q&A session. I want to also say that for us to effectively lead transition, we need to have a clear sense of teamwork. We cannot have a president doing it all alone. You cannot have presidents suffering a whole 12 months and be in a hurry to remove the chain of office as if they were attached and they were locked up somewhere with that chain of office on themselves. We should make Rotary enjoyable by making sure that we reach out to each other. The kind of philosophy that Rotary believes in is that we are all friends, we are fellows, and we are fighting for the common cause. One last aspect I will focus on is continuous training. Continuous training. My governor, our governor, Rishim Makonan, will tell us that 1 hour a day spent on a Rotary Learning Center, where the training has been democratized, totally democratized and accessible to everyone. and 1 page a day of the manual of procedure will enable us to have strong Rotarians, well-built, well-trained, and effectively leading change. Because at any time, you should know that when you're inducted into Rotary, you make the firm commitment to serve your community, to serve the club, and also accept at some point in time the president of the club. Rotary is a beautiful organization because it has reinvented itself over the years for the 117 years that it has been in existence. And I believe the next 117 years will be 117 years of continuous training, motivation, and transforming variably and intrinsically. And that we are going to move into having major impacts by coming together. Together we stand, and divided united we stand, and divided we fall. And I believe that Rotary is a beautiful opportunity for us to meet, and I hope soon we meet in presence. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, CP. Are you done?
I am done.
Presentation.
Sure. I am done.
Okay. Thank you very much. Fellow Rotarians, the floor is open for questioning. So if there is any question or suggestions or add up to what CP shared with us, the floor is open. You can raise your hand and we'll call you to ask your question. Is there any questions for CP? Fellow Rotarians, is there any questions for CP?
It's one or two things. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay, PB, go ahead. PB Apanga, you have the floor. Oh, we can't hear PP. PP Apanga, we can't hear you. PP Apanga, please go back again. I'm sure he's having an issue with his internet.
Well, yes, my internet went off the point, so pardon me if it's taking you back. But can you hear me now?
Your question in the bud. Hello, PP Apanga. CP, sorry, I think he have a very bad network, so we can hardly hear him.
Is it possible that he can type his question in the chat?
Yes, that is what I've asked him to do. I'm sure he's struggling to hear us.
Can you hear me now?
It's a bit scratchy.
Then just go ahead. Please go ahead. Ignore my question.
Okay. Any other questions for? Do anyone have any questions for CP? CP, I'm sure what you shared with us, everybody is well informed with your submission and your presentation this evening. We're very much grateful and would like to say thank you. If PN Sally is online, she can give us vote of thanks for your presentation, sir.
Will I have a final word after that, or what?
Yes, you can. You can have your final word. Then
okay.
PN Sally will come in.
Okay. My final word is that Rotary is in a moving environment, fast adapting, fast changing environment, which requires a fast adapting environment. And we believe that one key investment that Rotarians can make, is like those clubs here, like Accra-La East, and of course the Accra Roman Ridge,
Labone,
is investing in the youth. And I think that building the next Rotary would depend on Intract being a feeder to Rotract, and Rotract being a feeder into Rotary. We have a new Rotract, which is now being elevated. Very soon, they will be counted as membership of the family. I believe that Rotract elevated is the indicator that we are going to be adapting to new changes. Paying dues per capita dues for Rotract every January, every Rotary year would demand a new type of members who are not just there, but members who are contributing and really engaging. Therefore, we got to measure out to how much we move from the 1.2 million that we're stagnating at to as having things like the initiative of how much Rotractors can be a feeder into Rotary and be a force to reckon with, because Rotract means Rotary in action and Interact means international action. Let's be global, let's be fearless, and let's keep investing in the youth as well. That would be my last word, because I'm glad to have been here and I hope next time I can come in on. Why not in presence? Thank you.
Thank you very much, CP. Pia and Sally.
Yes, RP, thank you. So thank you,
Yes,
CP Adonis, for the talk. It was engaging and insightful. I believe we've all taken nuggets that we can take away with us that will ensure that we imagine Rotary in its best form. We heard CP Adonis talk about leadership development, strategic planning, and continuous training, among others. Let's imagine Rotary in its best form, and not just imagine, but also execute it as we transition into a new Rotary year. So CP Adonis, once again, thank you very much for giving us that inspiring talk. Thank you, RP.
Thank you, Pia and Sally. Thank you very much, CP. I think it's time for us to have our silly fine. And PP Apanga is supposed to do the silly fine, helps us to do the silly fine. But he's having an issue with his internet. So CP, Susan, can we share the Momo number